So we're basically, can everyone hear me all right? Yeah? All right, we're basically going to go ahead and just open it up to the campers to ask questions. But real quick, this is camp number 3 for you guys, you know? What keeps bringing you back?
The Hollywood weather. Ooh, that's
yeah, that's not nice.
California weather.
What brings you back to camp so much?
Oh, insanity.
Sorry?
Insanity.
Insanity. That's a good answer. Well, since we just have a little bit of time left, why don't we go ahead and get some hands raised for some questions? What do you say? Yeah? So anyone? Hands?
Okay, that was quick. Let's go.
Yeah. Come on, someone's got questions. If not, I got some.
Are you recording? You guys recording?
We've just finished. It's in mixing mode at the moment, the album. We've got about the 4th mix at the moment. So we've got to pick one and then go ahead with it. It should be released probably beginning of March. And then a 2 to follow.
Okay. Exciting, exciting.
Yeah. Now, when I talked to you guys last year, and this ended up on Blabbermouth, you guys mentioned you were maybe working on 2 albums at the time. Did things change since then? What's going on?
We've got so many songs. It's going to be 2 albums on 1.
So 2 albums on 1. That's cool.
I'm just making that up. I don't know.
2 albums released at the same time, in the same package.
That's right.
Side A and B. Has anything ever happened at camp that's influenced anything that's happened on your tour or in an album? Maybe, like, you know.
It's a good question. I don't have an answer for it, but it's a great question. I mean, honestly, it always is humbling, and every musician, no matter how famous or fortunate or successful, everybody starts at the same spot, right? So when we get to do these camps, you're always reminded, like, this close, face to face with other human beings that love music. We all started doing it not because of money or fame or because we wanted to, because we like playing music, right? An individual instrument. So it always brings you back down to, dude, how it all started for me and everybody else. So that's what I like about it. I know the same metal rock bands that you do. They're all, you hear them on the radio. And the thing I think also it's difficult to answer that question is because you might hear 1 or 2 or 3 songs of a band, but it doesn't mean you like everything they do. So it's hard to recommend and go, this band is great, everything they do. After Van Halen and Zeppelin, everything they do at AC/DC is great.
Is there's a story out there online that I don't know if it's true, because you can't trust anything that's out there these days, but there's a story that says before you were in the band, you would wait outside Judas Priest shows with a tape of your drumming. Is that true?
Kind of a version of that.
Yeah.
Well, one way the story got changed around was my friends and I had the idea of I had a van, and I had the idea of setting up my drums in the van and then being around the backstage. This is, by the way, before security was super tight. And when the band bus rolled around the back parking lot of an arena, I would set my drums up in the parking lot and be playing on a piece of plywood or some shit. I never did that, but somehow it got morphed into, yeah, you did that, Priest saw you, and they said, yeah, take that down the road.
No, if that had happened.
You mean that wasn't you?
Would that have worked? Would you have picked him up for the band if that had happened?
Definitely.
Yeah. Any more questions out here? Yes.
So now you guys have been 4 decades, 5 decades going into this business. It's changed a lot. Was it the question of putting out an album now? They're being streamed, and I hear a lot of bands putting out singles. Was it a decision of like, hey, let's stick to putting out albums, or was there a discussion of let's release a single?
We're an album band. We've always done it. We're old school in that respect. Singles, it's a flashing, as you said, it's gone. An album, obviously, it's a lot longer, it's a lot more involved, and it shows more of the band's depth as well. So you're just not one little instant. There's a whole spectrum of different songs, different flavours, some fast, slow, heavy, light. So we've always done albums to show off, basically.
Was there just a thought? Was there ever any pressure, suggestion from the company of albums versus singles, or is there pretty much you guys make decisions at this point?
We make it ourselves. We've got a great rapport with our record company. We've been with them now for a long time. And they know what to expect from us, and we know what to expect from them. So there's a good mutual respect.
And honestly, isn't an album just a shitload of singles at the end of the day? Yeah. I know what you mean. There's some pop artists, they'll put out 1 or 2 songs and that's it, but yeah.
There you go, 16 singles all released at the same time on the same package.
Yeah, back there.
After all these years, right career, but what still inspires y'all? You know, where does that inspiration come for the new music, right? To still have that passion to play forward.
Dude, it's because of fans. I mean, none of us get up in the morning and go, I want to write this for myself. You just think, hey, we have fans and you want to go out and play in front of people and get a new sound man. I'm just kidding. And, dude, it sounds cliche, but it's true. You know, a band is only as strong as their audience, and now I'm off completely.
Pulled you down.
We're good.
So some guys that are really good friends of mine are Steel Panther, and I know that they went out with you guys. Was that a band decision or was that a promoter thing? I wonder if you're familiar with them.
Satchel was in a band with Scott and Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Fight.
But before he banned
I didn't know Russ was in. Satchel was in.
Yeah, where's Russ?
Right.
Why is my mic completely
Yeah,
off?
I don't know.
That's what I get for criticizing the sound.
The mic's off all the way. Just turn it up a little.
You know, when you go on tour, it's always a collection. I mean,
Yeah.
you want people's opinion, especially promoters and booking agents. You want everyone's opinion on if they think this is a good package or not. So it's always a round table thing. You
I
know?
thought that was the most mind-blowing shit. Just,
Now, Ian, you've been there. You've been here since the beginning. You and KK way back when. Do you remember when Rob kind of first came up on your radar? You know, I mean, that's quite the voice. You guys got him.
Yeah, I was going out with his sister at the time.
That's right. You don't need to tell me that's right, but
Yeah, that's how we got to know him, you know.
Yeah.
And Alan, the first vocalist, his wife got pregnant basically and couldn't afford to carry on. He had to go and get a job.
you didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
Huh?
You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
The pregnancy.
As far as he knows. No, so we had to find somebody else, and of course Sue said, why don't you give Rob a go? And we did. And we didn't have to look any further.
Yeah.
Good choice.
How many hours a day would you say you guys practice on average to keep your chops on?
What, now? Not very many.
I think they got it by now.
Oh, in the day, all the time. All the time in the day, yeah. It was, no, I'm just playing away, learning the trade.
Can you reflect on what it's like to record now as opposed to what it was 20, 30, 40 years ago? Is it, I know it's just...
It's changed beyond all recognition, really. I think just the way you record, the way it's put down, there's no tape anymore, you know, it's just all hard drive, digital, everything's digital. You kid itself into thinking it's so much easier any day. You get facilities and you use them, you know, so it still takes you just as long and you can put more on. But yeah, it's changed beyond all description. I mean, when we started, you went and played live, you were in the studio, and just acted out the songs, and you kept on playing it until you all got it right at the same time, and then you went from there, you know, the lead breaks and vocals on top, and that was about the scope of it back then, you know, in the early 70s. Nowadays, limitless amount of tracks, effects, whatever, you know, it's mind-boggling what you can do these days.
yeah.
How did you guys find Richie Faulkner? What was the process of you discovering him? Did you find him and you went after him, or did he come after you? How did that all work out?
Richie, he came on, we recommended a guy who couldn't do the gig. He was already committed to doing something else, and he suggested Richard, which did everybody a favour, really. And that's how we got him. We'd heard of him. He was playing with Steve Harris's daughter's band, you know, and gave him a go, and he was phenomenal. Great find.
So the first show that you guys did when Ripper was in the band, is that okay, yeah, well, let's get to him. Yeah. No, go for it. I was just trying to kill time with it.
much that. Richie and Glenn will come up with riffs, chord sequences, and what have you. You know, get together with Rob and get a basic song together. Then Scott and myself will get a copy of that, and we'll work our own parts to it. So we've all got a decent idea of what we're going to do by the time we hit the studio. So you know, we're not wasting too much time learning the songs. You know.
No.
The vocals are the last to go down, yeah, but they're an integral part of the songwriting process. They're there from the start, the lyrics.
Kill some time. What was your question?
My question, so, you know, Rob's not in the band anymore. Now you guys got Ripper. That first show that you guys are about to play with him, is that a terrifying thing? Because you're about to introduce the replacement for the metal god, basically.
Yes.
We hadn't played either together for a long time,
Right.
4 or 5 years, something like that. We hadn't played, so it was a bit not worrying, but a bit nerve-wracking from that point along.
I would imagine.
And you know, regardless of what happens in the studio or the rehearsal,
Sure.
you know, things tend to change somewhat when you get on stage. You know, so we didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But you know, fortunately everything went well. It was a good little episode of the band.
Right, absolutely. Yes.
So first I have to say thank you for all these many decades of enjoying my life with your music. And you, Ian, are almost 50 years now involved with Judas Priest, but KK and Richie now and Rob and Glenn, of course, have written the songs till now. And these many years, I can imagine that also you have some ideas to write some songs and so on. And
Hey, they do a great job. I'll just let them get on with it. I'm not going to push in and, you know, they come with some terrific stuff.
Okay.
So.
all right. Okay, thank you.
Stories on hanging out back.
What's your honest memory of your tour of all the records? What tour is your favorite? Really cool. All the records. Do you have one that sticks out?
God, that's a tough one. We've done a hell of a lot of tours, you know. Back in the 80s there, when we were playing some large auditoriums, you know, we were averaging about 15,000 people a night at one point. I mean, that was great. But on the other hand, you go to Japan and you play in a small club, and that's phenomenal as well, you know. So there's pros and cons, and to pick any favourite tour out is impossible, really.
I can answer that. It's Dallas, Texas, at Texas Stadium.
That's what he said.
Someone in front of you had a question. Who was that? Yeah.
Yeah, after so many years of making so many records, is there any feeling or thought that enters your head when you, like, say, enter the studio that maybe has been there every time? Something like when you were making roll or Stats and Destiny, some feeling or thought that entered your head and all the way down 4 years later today, you enter the studio, you might have a similar feeling. Is there any, like, thing that carries?
Yeah, the enthusiasm, it's there, you know, enthusiasm, the love for what you do, and the, you know, the determination to do better. You just keep on getting better, you know, you never stop learning. And you try and take a step forward, hopefully in the right direction. And, you know, that feeling's always there. And just to, like I say, do in the early days it was do the best you can in the time you had. You know, these days we don't have time restrictions anymore. We can take as much time as we like.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of bands don't have the longevity that you guys have had. And as you all get older, you know, do you guys have the discussion of how long do we take this? Can we take this beyond the core founding members, or is this something where you're just letting it go till it goes?
Sounds cliche, dude, but it's all up to you. when people stop coming out,
Okay.
seriously, you can't afford to tour because it's expensive, and then, you know, you start playing smaller it's true. It's literally about the audience, and if the audience is there, no, but we don't. No one sits around consciously and says, "Hey, September 2000." You know, it's like we go when we go.
Some ago, you said that soon you will get more news from the new album and the new tour. So that has been a few months ago. When we get new news of the album and the tour?
It'll both be in March next year. That's the plan. The album will be out probably beginning of March, and the tour will start a few weeks after that.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, that's the release, but the information he's saying will be sooner than that. So we'll another couple of months or something. I don't know.
All right.
You guys ever still get any like political flack? You know, through the 80s, you had the Satanic Panic, you had these lawsuits, then you had Rob coming out. Is all that shit done? Is it just fans now?
Pretty much so, yeah. The accusations of his Satanist business, I forgot about that.
Because I went through that as a kid, being a fan, you know, in the 80s, which, you know, I totally am, but...
I just got the signal that we gotta start wrapping things up. Why don't we just take one more question? Who's gonna be our last questioner? Keith, yeah.
This is for Scott. How do you? What's your favorite drum set that you like to record with?
Favorite drum set or company? I mean, I endorse DW drums, so I love those drums.
That's how that works.
What else can I say?
Ba-dump bumps.
All right, well, basically, last year I got to do a bit of an in-depth interview with these guys. That's up on YouTube. You search my name and theirs, it'll come up. But who's ready to jam with them? What do we say?
Well, I'm ready to jam with them because I'm next.